Hello! Happy Tuesday! Thanks for joining me for a craft night with friends. My name is Alyssa Thomas from Penguin and Fish, where we make cute embroidery kits for beginners. And I'm here every weeknight at 8:30 p.m. Central Time, and it's a time that we can relax and craft together. So, okay, tonight is day 2 of our lilac embroidery. So, here's the finished design from the kit, and we have a little bit of the tail done and a little bit of the little floral lilacs done. And we're going to kind of, I think, continue trading off those two little areas tonight. So let's get going. All right. So like I said, I think we'll just like jump in between working on the embroidery or the squirrel here, and then we will jump to the floral. So we'll just kind of go back and forth. So I think I'm going to grab some more gray floss, and we'll do the back stitch around the squirrel until we kind of run out of floss, and then we will jump back over and like do a pile more of these like little purple dudes there. So again, here's the design from the pattern. I'm going to have this side just like nearby so I can see what stitches go where, what colors go where. Here I have like some stitch instructions. So I'm going to just have that near on by. So thanks again for joining, everyone. All right, gray. Let's just get going tonight. I'm going to get my 24 inches or so. Ooh, and I think some of you saw that our needle minders are live in the shop. So our needle minders are these little magnets that you can put on your embroidery while you're stitching, and my needle can just hang out there. I just sort of like toss my needle sort of in that direction, and it minds your needle basically, so you're not sticking it in your chair or, on your table somewhere. But we got the couple more colors in it. We got the white and we got the red, and then our original color, which is that like fawn or tan color. But they're up in the shop, and I saw a few of them getting them already, so thanks for that. I appreciate it a ton. I'm really happy with these, and I want to do like a pile more. We talked about that a little bit last night. Oh my gosh, you guys, I think I got to take this jean jacket thing off. It's a zillion degrees out. I can't believe I'm wearing this, but it's because I was outside for a little while, and then I came inside the house, and it's like freezing. So I got to take this out, though, because I'm hot again. I have to check to see how high it got today, but we were in a heat warning all day. I think it ended at 8 or something. I don't know if that changed. John and I did go for a walk today at like the stupidest time. It was like right in the middle of the afternoon. It was like 1,000,000 degrees outside and so humid. But you guys, we had the mini split put in today, and it is going to be life-changing. It is amazing so far. So I was talking about it yesterday, but we got today was the day that our new air conditioner was going to be installed. So it's one of those ones that kind of go in the side of the wall, so not in the window. I don't know, John calls them a mini split. And God, already it's just so nice upstairs, and it heats too. Oh, Kathy's asking, hi, did you get your AC? We did, and just like literally within an hour we walked upstairs, and it was so beautiful, and the humidity's gone. The air just feels clean. Oh my God, I am like overly excited to go to bed, to go and sleep tonight. I'm going to weave in my thread right here. So I think I'm going to start kind of at this tail and, I don't know, I guess work up this way and work my way around. We'll see where that takes me. So to start, I'm just going to weave into the end that I have here. I'm going to weave into the backs of the stitches. I keep saying weave into the end, but weave the end of the floss into the backs of these stitches, I guess. But like literally before, so our bedroom is basically the half story of an attic, which is pretty typical for this area. There are like 1.5 stories, and the half story is the attic, and that's the bedroom. And I swear, if you go up the stairs, like the moment you hit the first step, like as you're going up all the steps, it's like a degree hotter every step that you take. And all of a sudden that was just gone today. So I don't know. It's pretty crazy. I'm excited about it. And then it heats in the winter too. And there's like no sound coming out of it either. So, man, we're going to have like the best freaking sleep with the perfect temperature. Ugh. That's going to make such a difference. And today of all days, when we have a heat warning of like 100 degrees here in Minnesota. So we get it. We get the 100 degrees here too. But yeah, so it's the heat warning and humidity today. So like of all days to get that mini split put in. Oh my God. So exciting. Oh, hey, Terry. Good vibes from TikTok. Nice to see you on YouTube. Appreciate you being here. Yes, exactly, Gretchen, and that's exactly it. So Gretchen says, and you're so smart because when you cool the upstairs, your downstairs will not have to do the hard work to keep the house cool. Exactly. That is exactly the point. I already was able to basically turn off almost the air conditioner down here, because I don't mind if it's a little warmer downstairs. But oh my God, when you're trying to sleep, like, heat makes nightmares. I don't know if you've ever thought about that or noticed that before or heard of that, but like when it's too hot, like think about that. Like next time it's extra hot in your room, see if you have nightmares. Or like really like bad dreams, like you remember your dreams and they're bad, so like nightmares. That happens like when it's excessively hot or like excessively like super duper dry, is one of the things with nightmares. So like just to have it like not be so hot up there is gonna be amazing. And we have a wall or like a window air conditioner, but it's so loud, and I don't know, that's probably 15 years old actually too. So man. Oh, Sharon says, I skipped ahead. I shaded in the squirrel with gray. Ooh, and the leaves with the green. Oh, that's a great idea. Oh, I'd love to see it. If you can, share it over in the crafters group, Penguin and Fish crafters group on Facebook. I'd love to see it. So did you shade it in like with more floss, or did you shade it with like oh God, what the heck is it called? A colored pencil. Jeez, I couldn't literally think of the word. Colored pencil. That means it's getting late. Math is, I'm sure, already gone. Math for me goes first. Numbers go first, and then vocabulary goes next. Yours is dripless too. So ours, Gretchen, goes out. It has like a hose that goes out the window, and so there's like a tube. So now we got all sorts of tubes and shenanigans. We had to get a whole new breaker box put in for it, and ugh. But we haven't even slept with it in that room yet, and I know it's gonna be worth it. So those split mini splits, I mean, they are not cheap. We wish we would have done it a long time ago, but they're not cheap. However, we found out that with our I don't know, gas company, CenterPoint Energy, we found out that they do them, and they will, like, they'll finance it with 0% interest for the year, and they just tack it onto your bill. And that's how we, years ago, how we did our gas fireplace. They just, we did it through them, and they just added it to the bill over a year. So that's how we ended up doing this, which is great, because then we didn't have to pay like $1 zillion up front. But I already know it's going to be worth it. We're not going to be able to, we'll probably not have to run this downstairs one, hardly at all, unless it's like, today where it's 100 degrees outside. Oh, Amy's also sitting here and sewing. Nice. Hello, Nicole. Nice seeing you. All right, we're just doing the back stitch on this little feller. When I run out of floss, I think I might hop up and do more lazy daisies. I think I'm just gonna switch off. So we'll just kind of be doing both sections at once. Oh, Sharon says that she shaded the leaves and the squirrel with colored pencils. Oh God, that's a great idea. We need to do that again. That'd be really fun. Maybe we can stitch one of our one of these new like the little pig or something. One of these new kits. I could see coloring in one of these with colored pencils or something. Oh, and I wanted to show you guys. They look so we just released these yesterday. These are our new little farm animals, and I have some packaged up now, and they look so cute in the packaging, so I thought I'd share. So we got the cow and the little piggy. See, this one would be fun to color in. I think we should do that sometime, in the last week of the month or something here. We got the sheepy and the little rooster. He'd be fun to color in too. Ugh. But yeah, the little size of it, I mean, it'd be perfect for coloring in. And that shouldn't take long to stitch. Maybe we'll do that during the last part of the month here. All right, are these eyes? Okay, the eyes and the mouth and the nose are black, so I don't have to worry about that with the gray, so I'm going to keep going around. Oh, Kathy says my husband retired from Centerpoint. Oh my gosh, you work there too. Oh, in Houston. Oh, interesting. Yep, so that's our provider here. And yeah, I mean, it's just, I mean, it makes sense for them to have that service, but it's really great for, the homeowner. We are able to pay for the gas fireplace, which was the best freaking purchase for this house. Besides this mini split, is literally going to be the mini split and the gas fireplace are going to be the best things we've ever done to this house. But both of those, yeah, we were able to do it through them. And then, it's portioned off over the year versus one big upfront payment. So that's gonna work out swell. But yeah, I mean, already it's just so nice even downstairs here without having the air on. So, if you can't tell, very excited about that. What does the chicken and cow cost? So our smaller kits are, they come with, or they're $21. They come with the hoop and the floss, needle, pre-printed fabric, a little how-to guide, and all the instructions. And yeah, and then I'm here every weeknight if you have any trouble with them. I am here to walk through it, and I think I really would like to stitch one of them. They're just cute. It'd be fun to make one. Maybe I'll make a chicken, because then John's parents have chickens. We did the chicken was our embroidery of the month last month, but if I do the rooster, I think this guy would be kind of cute. I could color them in and maybe make them a little gift. Maybe I'll do that. Oops. That would maybe be fun. The end of the month here when we have when we're done with these little projects. Oh, Gretchen, you added on the... Oh, you got the... I saw that you got the needle minders already. I appreciate that a ton. Yeah, and those strawberry trays are so cute. I think I have 3 left of these. I think there's 2 more white ones and then 1 more pink one. I did order a bunch more of all of the colors, so we're out of the red, which is really kind of a deep pink. We're out of the red, but I ordered more. They probably won't be here for another month or so, though, so they just take forever. All right, I'm going to go and do this little hand, this little arm here, and then I'll pop back to the... Oh, I should do the... I got all these little guys, too. Let's do those. His little, I don't know, cheek furs. You think you ordered white? I'll have to check. But yeah. Oh yes, Amy, correct. And a decorative. There's also, Amy's saying also in the kit there's a decorative ribbon. Exactly. There's a little ribbon if you're gonna finish it in the hoop. little ribbon. Sometimes instead of tying a bow, I just use it to hang it up. I think if I made it for John's parents, like colored in that little rooster and gave it to them, I think as a final piece, I think they'd like it in the hoop. Like I think they would hang it up if I did finish it as a wall art piece, like finish it in the hoop. I could do like a little on the back. I could say like, to them from me or whatever, like on another piece of fabric. That'd be kind of fun. And then finish it with a bow. I think that would be the way to give it to them versus like making it into a zipper pouch or something, or like turning it into some other piece. I think they'd like it as like a little wall art piece. So I kind of want to do that now. But yeah, I think we have like two free weeks this month. So June's kind of awesome for free weeks. So what I mean by a free week is the first 3 weeks are not free weeks. So the first week of the month, the first and second week of the month, really, we work on our ABC stitch along. So we do one letter the first week. It's a letter with a little animal on, and one letter the second week. And then the third week, we work on our embroidery of the month, which is this feller here. And then the fourth week, the last week, sometimes there's more than the fourth week though. The fourth week, we work a little bit on our Splendid Sampler 2 project, and I would like to get on that again. So I do want to spend a day or two at least on the Splendid Sampler. I think we have to start another block. I think that's where we're at with the Splendid Sampler. And then we have the rest of that week and whatever other time left in the month to do whatever we want. So sometimes we have a planned project. Other times we're just like, let's play with some tatting. Let's do some tatting. Or let's try this other random thing. It's kind of a pile of random. But I mean, that's what I like about it, though, too. Can't have structure all the time, right? So it would be kind of fun to take one of these little animals. I mean, I think they'd be the farm animals. They'd be really quick to stitch. And yeah, doing the coloring. I do like that, adding that coloring to it. All right, how much thread do I have left? All right, I think maybe I can get around this guy's foot here, or his leg. So I'm going to do one more stitch here. Actually, let's do one more. And then I'm going to try and go around his leg yet and see where I'm at with the floss. But wherever I end up here with these back stitches around the squirrel, I'm going to stop and I'm going to get some more purple and I'm going to work on those lilac flowers again. So I'm just going to kind of jump around. I don't usually do that, jump around like that, but it's kind of fun. You guys, I'm going to talk about this mini split all night. I'm just warning you. But usually at this time of day, oh, it just went on now. I was going to say, usually this time of day, the air condition kicks in and it just kind of blows on me all night here, and it's really annoying and it can get really drying. And I was going to say, like, it's not on at all and it's so comfortable, but it just kicked on. It is humid. It's doing its job, but yeah, we definitely were able to already turn down, or, turn the temperature up so it doesn't turn on as much, the air conditioner downstairs. So I am hoping that we'll use a whole lot less electricity because we won't need the downstairs one running all the time. That air never made it upstairs to our like attic anyway, where our bed is. We also, at the same time, did like a little furnace upgrade. Just got upgraded the filters and stuff. So hopefully no more sneezing around here. No more hot nights. We are getting our good summer on here. I think now. So I'm just like the idea of like sleeping in not like a sweltering, humid bedroom just like is freaking me out right now. I'm excited. All right, I think I'm going to weave in this end. I could probably get like 2 more stitches out of here, but everywhere I kind of want to go is like one nice perfect path, so I think we'll just end it here. And we'll worry about that with the next piece of floss. But first I'm going to do some more purple. We'll jump up to those lazy daisy stitches. Get more of this is that lilac color. Oh, Robin, thank you so much. I appreciate that. Yeah, I will for sure combine your orders. I can totally do that. And I totally messed this up already. Here, let me rethread. Oh gosh, these threads are all different lengths at this point. Let me snip. Clean up my ends here a bit. Ooh, I don't have it near me, you guys, but I finished a whole nother color on that doily that I'm crocheting. I've been doing that. I know I talked about this the other day, but let me know if you've heard this before. But it's the Pomodoro technique for, like, I don't know, time management or something throughout the day. But that's where you kind of do like 25 minutes on, like whatever task you're doing without distractions, and then you get like a 5-minute break. And that's when you can check your email or do any of that stuff. And I've been doing that lately just to stay focused. Focus on whatever task I'm doing, otherwise I'm all over the place. But in my 5 minutes off, I've been crocheting on that doily. Just because that's like it's like a fun little reward. Oh, I think I threw my needle at the other needle miner there. But just by working on it, every 25 minutes for just like 5 minutes or so here and there during the week, I mean, I'm getting far on it. I went through a whole nother one of those spools of thread. And I think 2 more spools and it will be kind of done. It's a smaller doily than the ones I usually make. That was my emergency craft project that I broke out, so that's kind of... I transitioned the emergency craft project into just a craft project, so I need a new emergency craft project. Oh, actually, I think I have one on deck. I have a tatting pattern for just like a bookmark, like a simple bookmark. I might just throw a tatting shuttle and a ball of yarn, or like a little spool or something into my bag with the pattern. That'll be my new emergency craft project. All right, so let's see. I think I'm gonna move. Let's move the needle minder. Let's just put it up in this corner for now. Get the fabric out of the way. There we go. Then it's a little bit more out of our way. Okay, so let's do these lazy daisies again. I'll just run through how to do them again quick. We did that yesterday as well. All right, so I'm heavily looking at the pattern here for this, because they're all different colors. There's 3 different colors in this lilac. So, and I'm working with this kind of light purple. It's the lilac season is the name of the color, which is fitting. But, so I'm keeping an eye on this just to know what color is what. And I think I'll probably do the blue next, because then everything else, including the French knots, are the dark purple. So I'll just like know that everything left over is the dark purple. So, but right now I am kind of like seeing what's what. So these 3 here are all this light purple. So we're going to do that. Thanks, Maya. Okay, what did I say now? Okay, right here. So I'm going to come up right in the middle. So we're treating each petal on these as its own stitch, basically. So it's actually called a single chain stitch, and each one of the petals is a single chain stitch. And it's just kind of all going around a center point. And then by doing that, it's then now called a lazy daisy stitch, but it's actually made up of a bunch of single chain stitches. So I'm going to come up, it's a little hard to see, but I have like this teardrop shape. I'm going to do this petal right here. And I'm coming up right at the bottom point, which happens to be the center in this case. But if I isolate this petal, it's that bottom point, and then it arcs around and comes back to that bottom point. So, oh, bonjour. I'm sure I said that horribly. I had 2 years of French in high school, but that's as far as that goes. All right. So now it has that teardrop shape. I'm gonna make my floss mimic that same teardrop shape. So I'm going up and around with my floss. I'm actually gonna hold it here with my thumb in place. So I have like a taut little piece there, and then up and around. And then I'm gonna go right back into that same hole, right in the middle, that same point. And then I'm just going to pull the thread a little bit, not far, just so I have a little bit of access to the needle like this. And then I'm going to come up right at the apex of that arc, so the top of that teardrop. And I should be like within that arc that I made here. So if I start pulling through, there we go. Now I can let go with my thumb, and you can see I'm inside that loop, and the loop is being stopped by my thread coming through. So I'm not going to pull it very tight. If I let it be loose, you don't always have to pull your stitches tightly. I think that's something that I didn't really realize when I started embroidering, that I don't actually have to have tight stitches each time, like tight perfect stitches. With a lazy daisy stitch or these little single chain stitches, you actually want it to be a little loose, a little lazy, and that's what keeps the nice arc. Otherwise, it'll look like it'll be like just two tight little stitches next to each other if you pull it tight. But if you leave it loose, you keep that arc. Okay, but the arc is kind of falling off on the floss here, so we have to actually tack it down. And so we do that with one tiny little stitch. It's a little crowded here with the other stitches, but one tiny little stitch just on the other side of the arc. And that will hold it down. So that is just a single chain stitch, and to make a lazy daisy stitch, you just do a bunch of those around that center point. A lot of times, I was talking about this yesterday, but a lot of times, so for example, in this little sheep design, we have 5 single chain stitches around, and then a little French knot in the middle. That's pretty common. To do a little French knot in the middle of your lazy daisy stitches. I don't have that happening in the lilacs, just because lilacs are like these 4-petaled flowers without that little center dot. So for the sake of them looking more like lilacs, I didn't do that little French knot in the middle. And they all only have 4 petals. All right, so I came up in the center again, but I'm thinking about it less as the center and more as like the bottom point of my next petal. So this one here, so I'm kind of arcing up and around it again, going back in the same hole, and then right away coming up at the apex of that arc, so the top of the arc, but I'm still inside my little kind of circle I made here. So I'm going to pull that through, and once it gets that far, I'll let go with my thumb, and then, again, leaving it loose, leaving it lazy, and then tacking it down with that little tiny stitch on the other side of it. That's all there is to it. And I do rotate my piece when I work, if I'm just using a hoop and not a stand or anything, just so it's most comfortable in my hands when I'm doing the stitches, and especially with these lazy daisy stitches, I'm just kind of moving around all over the place. Oh, thanks, Gretchen. Gretchen says, I mean, come on, the sheep's nose is so adorbs. I do like it. I do like the little sheepy nose. Oh my god, I've been watching so many TikToks of, like, farms. So, like, goats running around and sheep running around, sheep being sheared, and, you know, ducks and all of it. It's been so fun. Like farm talk is a fun place to be, for sure. then you learn how to grow things and stuff too, but it's just kind of fun looking at all the little sheepies and goats. I should have done a goat for this collection. Oh well. I may have to do a goat something at some point. Alright, we did all 4 petals, and that feller's done. So let's see, where are we at next? Okay, so these 4 here, and then 1 down. I'm just kind of seeing what are the next ones. So if I keep going diagonal, and then 1 down. So those are all the light purple. So I'm going to just keep that in mind. And let's crank through these other ones. This is going to look so fun with all these flowers. Gretchen says, I just can't handle the cute. That's my problem. That is my problem. I cannot handle the cute. Like, you cannot put me in, like, a cute, like, Japanese, like, kawaii sort of store. Like, I'm just... We'll need to buy everything. There's a store in New York. I think it's online, too. But it's basically a Japanese bookstore. It's called Kinokuniya bookstore. And that's like, whenever we go to New York, that's one of our must-goes. There's a couple places that every time we're in New York, we do have to go to, and that's one. And then I just, like, need to buy every beautiful craft book with all the cuteness in. It's too much. It's too much to handle, all of the cute. Oh, Lisa! That's awesome. So Lisa said, I love my strawberry trays and stork scissors. Oh, and thanks for the mystery gift. I will enjoy it. Oh, that makes me so happy. I freaking love these trays. I literally do just like having them around. Like, my project is literally all contained right here. I mean, it's, you know, other projects are spewed over my table, but it's so nice to just kind of grab and go. And I'm telling you, using the top as the garbage, my little mini trash can, I think that's my favorite use for it. Like, I was storing for a while, like my needle minders and like a needle threader and stuff in there. But dang, just for like my little bits of trash, that's kind of the deal. And now that I think of it, I should bring one of those like with me when I travel, because when you travel, like, one of my tips for like an emergency craft project is to always have like a little baggie for trash. But with the strawberry, I can just always just keep throwing the trash in that little container at the top. So I should just bring the strawberry around. I would still need a bag, I suppose, like when I'm not working on the project, to just dump everything back in the bag. But I think the strawberry would be good for travel. I haven't tried it for travel yet. Oh, Gretchen says, I so love New York too. Yeah. We lived there for a year after college, and we just love going back. It's our dream to sometime have. It'd be awesome to have like our... So here's the ultimate goal. Let me know what you think of this goal. So the ultimate goal is the secret lair. Which I suppose isn't a secret lair if I talk about it, but the secret lair, which is the cute little home with the big old craft like warehouse. So like a craft barn, like the barn-dominium that's all about crafting. You just have still life set up for like painting, and you have sewing machines set up, and whatever craft you're into at the time, it's just all set up in this big honkin' temperature-controlled barn, right? So that's the secret lair. And then you have all these like apartments in all of the towns that you love. So like in New York and wherever. That you could Airbnb if you wanted, or whatever, or not, and those are your little apartments that you can just like hop all over the place to. So that's the goal here, people. Oh, let's see how fast you go with the sewing method. Oh, that's a good idea, Linda. I forgot about the sewing method. So we're doing the stabbing method right now, where I go like straight up, bring my needle all the way through, then go straight down, pull my needle all the way through. There's another way to do this called the sewing method. And we'll start that up with the next flower here. I'm almost out of floss. I'll probably get maybe 2 more flowers out of this. Oh, maybe not even. It looks like a lot of floss, but lazy daisies take a ton of thread. All right, so here's my next one. So the sewing method, and I'm going to loosen my fabric in the hoop a little bit because it is a little bit easier. I'm just pressing down on the fabric a bit to loosen it. It's a bit easier to do the sewing method, I find at least, with either without a hoop at all or with it looser in the hoop. So I still like doing the loop though. You don't actually have to do this loop around when you do the sewing method because you can do that later, but I'm still gonna do it. I like it doing it like this. So I'm making my little loop. The sewing method is when you go in and out in the same motion. So I'm going in, like, normally I would pull this underneath, but instead I'm going to go right up to the next part of the stitch, which is coming up at the apex of that arc, like so, and all in the same motion. So I'm just going to pull through. I was never on the back of the piece at all. And I am going to go now. In theory, I could go here and then using the sewing method to come back up in the middle, but that's kind of difficult. But I'll do it just for the petals. So again, let's make this loop, and we'll go in and out in the same motion. It is by far faster than the stabbing method, and I'm getting better at it now. It's just not the way I learned, so it's not as second nature to me. But I've been practicing here on these lives and everything, so I am getting much better. I think the idea of having the fabric looser in the hoop, that was really changed how difficult it was for me. The difficulty was that it was hard to come up at the right spot. And it's easier with the fabric loose. It's more like quilting, more like hand quilting, because you can get like kind of that upward position here. Otherwise, you're just kind of trying to get in sideways, and then I was never kind of being accurate. But with it looser in the hoop, I'm able to be a bit more accurate. But yeah, it is faster because we're skipping that step of like bringing it all the way to the back. So it is a technique that I want to work on. I need to see where to go next. Okay, well, I could do the next one down, and then it looks like the entire diagonal upward is this. I will definitely not make it that far. So next time we start, we can maybe start on this one, get the rest of the diagonal, and keep working our way down. Okay, I like it. So one more down. It's kind of fun how they just kind of scatter on in there, those little flowers. Alright, sewing method it is. Let's do that. Maybe we'll try the sewing method for the rest of the night. I don't know if I like it as much for backstitch. I feel like I can get more accurate stitches by using the stabbing method. I don't know. We'll see. It'll be good practice. Oh, thanks, Therese. Thanks for being here. Oh, Kathy's asking, have I ever made project bags with vinyl fronts? I haven't, but my mom has, and she made a small little bag that she's used for years and years and loves it. I think how it was done, let me see. I think it was done in a similar way to, was it this piece? Yeah, I think it's when we made this zipper pouch, how we did kind of the bias tape. Like this was a full quilted piece, and then we just made our own bias tape and had just kind of used those to cover up the seams. I think she did a technique similar to this when she did the vinyl, her vinyl bag. I'll have to find out. But that'd be a great project bag, a vinyl bag. That should be something we do here. I don't have any vinyl. I'd have to order some to give that a try. I'm thinking the trick with vinyl is make sure to do it right the first time. I'm thinking you can't take your stitches out of vinyl and still have, good vinyl left over. I think it would have a bunch of holes. It'd be all perforated. how are we doing on floss? Okay, I think I can probably get half of this flower done, but probably not all of it. Actually, I'm going to go back to, well, no, maybe let's do the sewing method still. I was going to go back to the stabbing method, but I think actually with less thread, the sewing method might be easier. Ugh, Sally said we were in the high 90s today. Very hot this all week. Yep, we were in the high 90s today too, in Minnesota here, which is crazy. Ugh, and then we just have that humidity. I don't know if we hit 100. I'll have to check the, I'll have to check my phone. And, alright. Let's see if I can get one more. I don't think I'll be able to finish this, though, so we'll have to come back for that one last petal, which is annoying, but whatever. Yeah, I don't think we'll have enough for that. Oh god, should we, let's try and get that last petal. I'm not gonna have any floss to weave in, but it's annoying not to finish that last petal. No thread. How am I gonna do this? Alright, so here's the other way you can do the sewing method. You don't have to do that loop. You just go right back in. Oops. And then come up. There you go, but now we have the extra step that we gotta actually wrap thread around the needle. I barely have any thread left. Oh gosh, and I didn't. Okay, here. Flip the needle up. There we go. And then you can pull it through. Ugh, yes, we did it. Alright, and then let's tack it down. Phew, just enough to weave in the end, and we were able to finish that flower too. Yay! Oh, Piece of Harmony says, I love working with vinyl. You gotta be careful. I use Wonder Clips a lot. Ooh, that's a good suggestion. Oh, yes, I'm a natural blonde. Says, I almost always use the sewing method for lazy daisies now. Oh, it feels so natural. Yeah, the sewing method definitely works. Like, certain stitches were definitely made for the sewing method, and I think the single chain stitch, or like the lazy daisies, is one. The other one that was like a big aha moment for me was the stem stitch, which we'll be doing here in this piece for the leaves and the stems. That when I started doing the stem stitch with the sewing method, all of a sudden the stem stitch was the easiest thing in the world, and before that it was like I couldn't get it. But like when I started doing it with the sewing method, all of a sudden it was like magic, basically. So yeah, some definitely cater to that. Oh, Nolene says it's funny, you were scorching and we were freezing. Oh no, coldest winter for a long time. Oh my gosh. Sending some of our heat your way. I'll start blowing it over your way. But man, yeah. Oh god, coldest winter, that's not fun. Yeah. Oh, you guys, I had a mini, like, quarter-second panic attack yesterday. Like, literally, it was a bodily reaction until my brain was like, oh, wait, no. I looked out the window, and for that split second, it was snowing. It was split second, it was snowing, and my body, like, froze up until I realized that it was all the cottonwood trees. I don't know if you guys got it, the cottonwoods. But we got the cottonwood trees blowing all their cotton everywhere, and it looks like, you know, big floofy poofs of snow. I mean, it really doesn't. I mean, you know, it's obviously cottonwood, but, like, literally I looked out the window, and for a second, my body thought it was actually snowing, and I went through, like, a really quick process of, like, oh my god, it's like a fluke snow or something, and then I'm like, wait a sec, it's supposed to be the hottest day. Oh, it's cottonwood. Like, we're just so barely into summer that it didn't immediately occur to me that it wasn't snow. Oh my god, it kind of, like, freaks me out thinking about that, actually, a little bit. Like, for that literally quarter of a second, it was snow in my head, and my body was like froze up, like fight or flight a little bit. Ugh. Okay, let's see here. I think for this, I'm back to the gray, so we're hopping around back and forth. Oh my gosh, piece of harmony, you had hail. Ugh, boo. That's not fun. Yeah, I'm hoping. I mean, it's definitely that time of year by us for sure, where like any random storm, all of a sudden you could have hail. We did have little pea-sized hail the other day. Hoping we don't have real hail because we just redid like all of our siding and our roof because of hail damage from last year. I think that was last year only. God, that might have been 2 years ago, but they just did it last year. I don't remember. But yeah, so like, ugh, it's just sort of all done now, and that would be super annoying to have a bunch more hail. All right, so I decided we'll start here and kind of work my way up this leg, and then we'll get like his whole arm deal, and then I think we're done with the gray. I think that's it. Yeah, yeah, just him. So we will be done with the gray today. All right, let's try that sewing method with the back stitch. I'm not as good at with it. Let's loosen our fabric in the hoop a little bit. So sewing method is in and out in the same motion. So I can only do the sewing motion from right to left. So I have to keep rotating a lot. And I think that's maybe one of the reasons I don't do it very often. At least not on lives. Is because then I have to, then I'm stitching like upside down and at all weird angles all the time. We'll do it today. I am trying to get a little bit more accurate. I do think that when I'm doing this sewing method, my thread twists a little bit more, so every once in a while I might have to like dangle my needle and let my thread untwist a bit. Where to go next. It's a little curvy end of the foot, so I'm just trying to decide how many stitches do I want to have to like get that curve. Just a few. All right, going up this direction now. So this is what I mean. Like I'm changing directions a lot right here because we're going around this curve. I do think this is faster though than the stabbing method, for sure. It's just not quite as natural to me. But I'm trying to change that. I feel like I'm concentrating more doing the sewing method. That's fine. I guess that line does go all the way up there. Okay. So our little stem from our branches here. So we'll have to go over this stitch later with a branch. All right. Let's see. I think I'm gonna just jump up to here. So we'll see a little bit of the thread jump like behind his elbow there, but who cares? Actually, if I like with my nail, like make that a little loose, I might be able to stitch, like have it, like my stitches will go in it a little bit. There, like I'm holding it down around the elbow with the elbow stitches, so I kind of made it out of the way there, so that's kind of nice. That'll work. So because my fabrics looser in the hoop for this sewing method, I have to make sure not to pull super duper tight because I don't want this to pucker or anything. So I'm just being cognizant of that. All right, I think I'm going to do the stabbing method for the rest of this, though. Let's tighten it up again here. Just to go around all these this little hand. So back to the stabbing method, I pull all the way down and then come all the way up. It is slower because there's that whole extra motion. But I can hold it upright, I can see what I'm doing a little bit better. And it just feels a bit more natural for me. I just thought going around all these little curves here. Just finish it off this way. And I think we will hop back up to those lilacs when we're done with this gray. Do that for a few more minutes. Oh, Piece of Harmony, that's awesome. Piece of Harmony says, I have a sewing business and I teach students applique and also crochet too. Oh, but adding hand embroidery. Oh, yay, that's awesome. I think hand embroidery is such a nice first craft for people. So people who just like, you know, want to get into crafting and all that, it's a great way to get going because they can really stitch like any like motif that they want, like any theme that they might be interested in, you know, adding some stitches to that, you know, something that they already love, like a theme that they already love. It's just like a great intro. And it's like, you know, low cost of entry too, for sure. Hand embroidery. All right, let's weave in the ends. We are done with the gray. This is it. No more gray in this design. Oh, Piece of Harmony says, it's so beautiful. As a child, I love cross-stitching totally with DMC thread. Yes, putting it okay, I don't know what that last line says, but that's actually how I started, was definitely with cross-stitch. I've said it here before, but my first intro to that was like a babysitter came over to babysit me and my brothers, and she brought a cross-stitch with her, and I remember just like being obsessed with that the entire time she was there. Just how there's nothing and then there's something, I just think is so cool, like with counted cross-stitch. Oh, Noeline says, I love the squirrel. We don't have them in Australia. Oh, man. I know in some countries they have red squirrels. We just have these funny little gray squirrels. Yeah, they're kind of a menace. Oh, Gretchen says, I posted my cross-stitch on the Facebook group. Ooh, I will check that out. I will check that out for sure. All right, let's do more of these purple flowers here. So I need more floss. So let's get another 24 inches here, roughly. Oh, and I got my matching scissors again today. My whole table was purple here before I had, oh, thanks so much, Piece of Harmony. I had my doily out here too, because I was doing that little TikTok showing you the update of the doily with the colors. So I had the doily purples, I had all this lilac purples, this plate, like look how like pretty curatedly purple this plate is. It was all purple around here earlier in the day and made me happy. It kind of makes me, I did my nails again on Saturday, and it kind of bums me out that I didn't think to use that purple, because the purple I have is like this exact color, and I just didn't think of using it. I wanted to try combining colors. I did a really poor job at it, but it was a good first try, an attempt. So I tried to do like that kind of warmer pink, and then with that like princess pink, basically. I just kind of sprinkled them both on, and it just looks like I got like these weird tips is what it looks like. So I did a poor job, but they're here for the next 3 weeks, so that's how it's gonna be. But I did have that purple, And if my brain wasn't stuck on the idea of like, oh, I want to try to combine those colors on my nails, I would have maybe thought of doing purple. Then we would have been super matchy this week. That'd been fun. But yeah, the nails are kind of crazy this week. And it'll be that way for the next, this week and the next 2 weeks, hopefully, if they stay that long. Got them all short again, though, which is nice. Ooh, Amy says in New Hampshire we have gray, red, and flying squirrels. What? They don't really fly, they glide downward. Oh my gosh! I mean, I've seen those, but I didn't realize you had them there. NH meaning New Hampshire, right? Huh. Oh, and out west they have black squirrels. Ooh. Man, we should just do a family of squirrels. We should have like all the different squirrels. A whole thing of squirrels. That'd be fun. Okay, purple. I gotcha. So let's weave in the end here, and then what were the next ones? Okay, this entire row. Oh, and then one up here. Oh yeah, I was gonna maybe do this one first, and then come back this way. Then I could kind of go down here, and then over a little bit. Oh, you guys can't see, sorry. There we go. Oh my gosh, Piece of Army says, I just bought my squirrels a mini picnic table with corn. Oh my god, that's awesome. Those are so cute. Yeah, I don't know. It's a problem here for, like, in reality. Like, we can't grow stuff in our garden because we know the squirrels will just eat them. So right now we just have, like, kale and like lettuce because they don't eat that. And we do have some tomatoes growing that my parents brought. The squirrels will eat a ton of those tomatoes, but I'm hoping there's enough of them that we can have some. So squirrels are a problem, and we've actually had to stop putting bird food in the feeders. We might actually just start it up again. But it's just like the squirrels just eat it. Like we just get piles of squirrels eating all of our bird food. So I don't know. Maybe we'll just accept it and feed the birds with the squirrels. Is this the right? Yeah. But they're kind of a menace. They're everywhere, all over the place here. But, I don't know. They're pretty cute still and funny. It's always funny, I think, when we go for a walk and there's squirrels around. And squirrels do this funny thing where they hide behind a tree. So, like, if you're walking by, they'll climb up, like, 2 feet off the ground onto the tree. But they'll always try and be on the far side of the tree. So as you walk around, like as you go straight by the tree, they'll keep rotating themselves. So they'll like be here and then it'll go, and you know, like they're hiding from you, but you know, you can see them because they're peeking around the edge. They're just so funny. They're cute. I suppose we should just put more bird food in the feeder and let them eat it all. Whatever. Maybe this weekend we'll do that. I think we might have some left. Probably good to use that up anyway. We did wash them out. So when we did the garden when my parents were here and my brother and his girlfriend, we did John did clean out the bird feeders because they were just pretty gross. So they're clean. They just need food in them, and I think we have some. So I suppose we'll do that again. But yeah, it's literally just, I mean, the squirrels are going to find them in a second, and it'll take the birds forever to find them. If I feed them, they might not eat the veggies. I'm not sure. We just have, we're in a small little city lot, and there's like a zillion squirrels. I think they, feeding them in one place, I don't think is going to get them away from the garden. We'll see. But yeah, so maybe having, so we moved the feeder, the bird feeder, so it is actually a little closer to the garden. So maybe if we do have the feeder close to the garden and they're eating that, then maybe they won't eat the food. Yeah. Suppose we'll have to run an experiment. See how that goes. Oh, Gretchen says they have hot and spicy bird seed that squirrels do not like, but birds do. Huh, huh, huh. I have never heard of that before. I'll have to peek at that. That's interesting. I know, Linda said, exactly. Linda says I could take the free lunch sign down. Yeah, I didn't think of that. I should just go do that. It is funny though, like there's a couple neighbors, not many, but one or two that I've seen, and by neighbors I mean of like the whole entire town, that I've seen that have a completely like covered up with chicken wire garden. So they'll have like 8-foot walls, basically, like it's like a house of chicken wire, and then they'll have like the chicken wire ceiling too. And I'm like, those people are taking care of the squirrels. Squirrels aren't getting in there. So like we put up a small little fence, and that solved problem number one, which were the rabbits. So the rabbits haven't. Well, the first year rabbits ate everything. Second year we put up a little fence, and they hopped right over that. So third year we put up a slightly bigger fence, and then that they couldn't figure that out. So rabbits are done. We figured out the rabbits. Then all that's, I mean, chipmunks eat the food too, but I don't think as much as the squirrels. So yeah, the squirrels, the only way, I mean, they chase each other on this stupid chicken wire fence that we have. So that chicken wire is not stopping them, that's for sure. Unless we had like a roof. We could do like beds that have like the chicken wire over them. I always thought that'd be cool, but that's pretty intense for us. That'd be a lot of garden construction mayhem for us. I don't know if we'd be able to do that. That feels low priority. But that would be an option. But we would have to have it completely contained. Completely blocked off with chicken wire to avoid the squirrels. But there's one person in our immediate neighborhood that has like a little octagon that, you know, with literal 2x4s every 4 feet on this octagon, with chicken wire and a full-on door, so it's like a screen door, and then the roof, the top is completely chicken wire too. And I'm like, oh, they got that figured out. They got the little garden in there. They got their tomatoes, their peppers. Nothing's eating their stuff. So I always like give them a little nod. I never see them the neighbors actually out there, but I give the garden itself a little nod, like, yeah, you're doing it right, whenever we walk by. Then there's one down the street that is like huge, and again, has the ceiling, everything. Because if you don't have that, the squirrels are getting in. We have not seen the foxes, Noeline. Oh, they probably ate the rabbits. We still have the rabbits around in the evening. They just can't get up. They just can't jump as high over the fence anymore, the garden fence anymore, which is nice. We have not seen the foxes, though. Oh my god, we did have those deer in the yard, though, which is crazy because we're like in the city. I have not seen the foxes, though, but maybe I'm thinking they're around. All right, that's a pile of flowers. Where next? Okay, we got this guy here. How much further do I got? Oh gosh, it's we're a ways over. I'm gonna just keep going here till I'm done stitching, which, you know, maybe will be like 2 more lazy daisies. Oh, and you guys, mystery gift again. So order $20 or more in the shop while I'm live here, and, you know, a little bit after. And I will throw in a free mystery gift to your order without a coupon code. You don't need to put it in your cart or anything. I will just throw it in your order for any order of $20 or more while I'm live. So throwing that out. Didn't say that yet today. And we do have our new needle minders are now up in the shop. So Jenna got those up this afternoon. I know a few of you saw them there, so I appreciate your purchases for them. But yeah, so those guys are up as well. They're in the supplies section. I think they're in the top row in the supplies section. Otherwise, in our search bar, you can just type in needle minder and it'll pop up. You can probably just type in minder, actually. If you type in needle, everything has a needle in, so everything comes up. But if you type in like minder or needle minder, then it'll pop up. Or just shop supplies, and then it'll be, I think, one of the top 3 things here. I actually think I'm only going to be able to get this one done. I don't think I have enough thread. Oop, shoot. I hate when that happens. Always, when I have like 6 inches of thread left, I always pull the needle out. Ugh. Annoying. Alright, I think I'm going to just do the one more stitch. And we will call it, oh man, maybe I can do like one more, actually. I'm annoyed. I feel like I can get one more stitch out of this. I won't be able to do a full lazy daisy, but I want to like get as much out of this floss as possible. So let's see, where's next? Maybe I'll just go one more down here. We're kind of trying to figure out like how to my course of action here, but let's just see if I can get like one out of here yet. Oh god, I think I can do one more. Okay, we're gonna do one more, and then I think I'm out of floss for real. So we'll have to finish up this lazy daisy when we get to it later. But I kind of like this jumping around. It's kind of fun. Jumping from the squirrel. I almost said hedgehog. Jumping from the squirrel to the lilacs. Oh, I see a piece of harmony. Oh, Robin, yes, if you purchased last night and purchased tonight, then yeah, for sure you'll get in. I'll throw in 2 mystery gifts for sure. For sure. Alright, there we are. Weaving that end. Throw the needle at the needle minder. Boop. Okay, a little garbage can. Close you up for the night. There we are. Okay, let's see where we're at. Okay, good. So, let's see. Today's Tuesday. So I think tomorrow let's just totally finish the squirrel. So let's finish his face. That's all that's left of the squirrel. So we'll do his face. That's in the black color. And then let's finish all this purple, this light purple. That should be easy peasy. Dang, it would be nice to actually get all of the light purple and the blue done. If we could do at least the blue flowers, if we could get all that done tomorrow, I think that'd be like super great progress. Then we'd have, we just have Thursday and Friday left then. We still have the lilac. That's going to take some time. We haven't done any of the stitching here yet, but I do think it'd be nice to get this purple all the way done before kind of digging into these leaves, because then we'll actually have a bunch of purple flowers here and we can weave into the backs of those stitches to start the leaves. So I think that'd be a good strategy. Yeah, so let's finish his face, finish this light purple. Then at that point, maybe we'll either do the blue flowers or maybe we'll start the stem stitch doing all these leaves. So something like that tomorrow. Awesome. So, all right, you guys. So thanks for sticking with me. 10 minutes over again tonight. But I'm happy to use up that floss. It's always a bummer to leave the floss right in the middle of working on it. But thanks again. Happy to be stitching with you here. So I will see you tomorrow at 8:30 p.m. Central Time, and we'll see how much more progress we can make on our little embroidery here. So have a lovely evening, and I will see you tomorrow. Good night.